So the course is broken down into three parts. The first part of the course will look at everything to do with the new FinTech technology and how that is developing and evolving. The second part will look at everything to do with big data. And the third part will look at how this is all going to fit into the regulatory environment in which financial services necessarily operate. The first part is again broken down into three main chunks. So the first part is going to be the introduction to FinTech and explaining what the trends are in the way that it's evolving at such a rapid rate. The second part will look at some of the products that are available. Currently you've got things like peer-to-peer lending. We have wealth management that's become a lot more capable and competent because of the things that you can do in quickly. And of course, payment mechanisms now are much more efficient in the way in which they can get things done, and therefore much cheaper. And finally, we'll be looking at the underlying technology that makes it secure. So we'll look in some depth at things like blockchain, which backs it all up. We'll look at cryptographic means of ensuring we have security and privacy for all the transactions that take place. So the second part of the course is going to look at an introduction to big data. We'll be looking at data sources. We'll be looking at the technology for data mining and why that's important. And we'll be looking at how you're going to manage the data in order to make sure that you don't mess it up. Because one of the key areas in dealing with data is that the quality must be maintained in order for you to get maximum value from it. The other part will look at some modern tools, and we'll be looking at how we carry out data analytics to get a value extracted from that. And we'll also be looking at how we can use visualization techniques in finance, because clearly with the huge volume of data we have to deal with, it's sometimes difficult to get the message across, and visualization techniques can be a big help in that. The third and final part is going to be looking at how everything fits into the existing regulatory framework, which is necessarily quite strenuous to make sure that people don't lose money. We'll be looking at values such as the ethical behaviour of people and of course systems within this area. We'll be looking at how it fits within the regulatory framework, because of course one of the problems with regulation is that the regulator works on the basis of what's currently happening. When something new comes along, they have to see what impact it has before they then think of redesigning the regulations to ensure that they cover all the requirements to safeguard people's money. We'll also be looking at cybersecurity, which is clearly a very important area to ensure that you understand what the implications are for that and how to try and safeguard from attack this very vital information. We'll also consider looking at the talent pool to show why this is such a challenge, because clearly with new technology there aren't going to be enough new people around, or enough people around who understand what needs to be done. And obviously we're also going to consider the key challenge of data storage, because clearly this is going to be a major problem in terms of ensuring that it can be properly protected and looked after so that it retains its value.
Excellent. Okay.